Welcome to Profiles in Eccentricity, a show about weirdos. With your hosts, John Fahey, Aaron Peter, and Matt Brousseau.
Hello, folks. Welcome to Profiles in Eccentricity. It's a doggone show about weirdos. I am the weirdo in chief. The chief, period. I'm John Fahey.
Yes, you are.
Mm-hmm. Aaron, you know who you are?
I am the highest functioning pervert known to man.
Oh, wow.
A hypervert.
You are a hypervert.
Hypervert.
Yes.
And my name is Aaron Pita.
Yes.
And to my right is a man with a great head of hair.
Oh, thank you.
And a buttery voice.
Yep.
If you're listening at home, I'm in the middle
He's in the middle, yeah.
of your
Sweet
ears.
spot.
He's to my left, so it's weird. It's a whole setup over here, folks.
The triangle of perverts.
It's so we can all piss in the same spot.
Holy Trinity of piss.
Yes. We will have, Aaron, by the time this episode comes out, we will have about 10 episodes full available on YouTube.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, about all of the episodes should be done pretty quick. Laura Crawford is helping get those up.
Shout out.
Thanks,
Laura
Laura.
Crawford.
They are coming along, and then she's broke down a bunch of the media episode into just like little clips. So there's just the one of like Brian O'Hara doing the it's like anything else, you know.
Shout out to Brian O'Hara from the Prince of Porn episode.
Yeah, we gotta have Brian back. I was saying that to you the other day. God, he's so fucking funny.
So by the time this episode comes out, will it also be May 1st?
Whoa.
Yes, and the Patreon will be up and ready. So you guys that just can't get enough of us, we'll have a couple of episodes. It'd be very nice.
Yeah, if you've got a few ruples, rupees, shekels, ducats,
Bits. You got
hanging
bits?
around, weighing you down, burning a hole in your digital wallet.
Yeah.
Shoot them our way at
Or
the
if
Patreon.
you just think to yourself, I wonder what those guys are talking about on that exclusive content channel that I can't get because I'm such a cheap fuck.
Right, what could be so good that we're charging you for it?
Yeah, I mean,
could you
this is
imagine that this is just the free stuff?
Right.
The stuff that you have come to know and love, we're giving this away.
Yeah.
We're just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
You're trying it
This
out.
is the shit. You got to pay up for the piss.
Yep. Why? Because piss is number one.
That's right.
It's golden.
Yeah. Real men drink piss. All right.
And ladies.
That's going to be...
And non-binary folks.
Yeah.
The future is urine.
Yeah, those will all be t-shirts.
I'm with piss.
We will have piss shirts.
There's
We
gonna
at
be-
least have to have a piss it's number one shirt.
Yeah.
That's too...
Oh, yeah.
I mean...
Piss light.
All right. We're doing great things with the show. We're bringing piss back big
Oh, yeah.
time. People are into it. People are...
Oh my God, it's piss again.
So yeah, YouTube, that'll be, by the time this comes out, all those episodes will be up, a bunch of clips and stuff, and we'll have the Patreon up too.
Yeah, and we'll put do you have the address for that already? The web-
Patreon?
Yes.
I think the Patreon is just patreon.com/profiles and eccentricity.
Okay, well, if not, we'll post it on the Instagram and we'll...
Yeah. It'll be all along in a moment.
Great fun. We'll put it in the description of the episode too, that way...
Yes. Getting a lot of messages about the Patreon already, which is very dope.
Ooh.
Yeah, you and I were having a piss. And,
We were having a piss last night, and the guy was all chopped up, started sending us messages. Seriously.
Shout out to the degenerate from Canada who...
It's all chopped up. He got all chatty. His fingers must have been chopped. Aaron, you are going to drop your third ever profile on us here.
That's right, John.
And it's a psycho, perv, spaz, or freak. What is the guy?
It's another one of these Mick bastards that you...
Hey!
His name's John McAfee.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And you may recognize the name from the annoying pop-ups on your old personal computers of the 90s, maybe even into the 2000s.
HP with the Intel processor, etc.
Yes, McAfee antivirus.
Mm-hmm. The shit you don't need.
Exactly. This guy's a fucking maniac, dude.
Yeah, I remember a long time ago you telling me some stuff, but none of that is... I don't listen when you talk a lot. You know what I mean?
I know. You're
That's
always
fair,
fucking
yeah.
texting other people.
Well,
I'm right here. Who else do you have to talk to?
Are you a member of the Patreon?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I remember a little bit of it. I remember the well, I'm not going to say, but anyway, I'm very excited to hear this one because this has been in the dome for a while.
Yeah. I recently watched a documentary on him, and it just kind of brought a bunch of new stuff to light, and I was like, oh, it's too fresh, too good. I gotta do this. So I'll share it with the audience. But first, I want to read something, a quote. Or an excerpt, if you will. Measure Your Dose, McAfee wrote on a Psychonaut forum 2 years ago under his handle Stuffmonger. Quote, apply a small amount of saliva to the middle finger, press it against the dose, insert. Doesn't really hurt as much as it sounds. We're in an arena, drug/libido, that I navigate as well as anyone on the planet here. If you take my advice about this, may sound gross to some, you will be well rewarded. So he's talking about plugging drugs in your ass.
Oh, okay. Any specific drug is he talking about?
Yeah, people think it's MDVP. VP. It's basically like bath salts.
Huh.
So there's more.
It's always good.
This is the guy we're dealing with.
Right. Yeah. And he's the best on the planet.
Oh,
that's great.
Drugs/libido.
Humble man, you say.
John McAfee was born on a U.S. Army base to an American father and a British mother, but he was raised in Salem, Virginia. And he got a degree in mathematics from Roanoke College in 1967. His dad was an abusive alcoholic who committed suicide.
Jesus.
He was employed by John McAfee was employed as a programmer by NASA's Institute for Space Studies in New York City for a couple of years into the 70s. From there, he went on to UNIVAC as a software engineer and later to Xerox as an architect for operating systems.
So he's in the shit immediately.
Oh, right away. Yeah, and I mean,
because he's got a degree in mathematics.
Exactly.
Right.
That's where it all starts. And so, this time at Xerox. Xerox is where Apple got the graphic user interface. So he was an architect of that.
Interesting.
So his fingerprints a little bit are everywhere. Greasy, sticky, nasty fingerprints. In 1978, he joined Computer Sciences Corporation as a software consultant. He then went to work for Booz Allen Hamilton in the 80s, and that's where Edward Snowden would go on to work.
They became one of our NSA contractors.
Exactly. In the 80s, while employed by Lockheed, he received a copy of the Brain virus, which was like one of these first massive computer viruses that kind of took the world by storm because nobody had ever heard of them before.
Yeah.
And so he began developing software to combat these viruses, all right? And he, really early on in this process, he started showing a media savvy. He knew how to play the media, and he would have, there's pictures of him putting a stethoscope on a computer and how do I convey this image to stupid people at home?
Sure.
Don't even have a computer, right?
Yeah.
In 87, he found it.
Oh, I get it. He's like a doctor.
The computer's sick.
Well, it's like when Apple was designing their icons. They brought in an artist, an actual, not a computer artist, a real life artist who figured out how to take these complex ideas. How do you put copy and paste in an icon?
Right.
That people understand.
Right. Yeah.
And so a lot of the early computer stuff was just translating for people who didn't get it.
Make it a folder. Make it look like a folder. A trash can. Make it look like a trash can.
Sure.
High concept stuff. So he would go on as computing became more and more mainstream in the 80s and into the 90s. He was the guy that would show up on all these news magazine TV shows or cable news and stuff, explaining what a virus is or what a network is, and he would really give these doom and gloom, exactly what the news wants. A computer virus is a malicious program written by a hacker,
right? Yeah,
that invades the computer and it replicates itself until all of the information is destroyed. Just really putting it in super layman's terms, but also putting maybe unnecessary gravitas towards it.
Right. letting you know, like, it can turn off the lights and shit like that, bringing it into the home. Yeah, the danger.
Like, oh, the pedophiles are across the street, they're gonna all fuck your kids, that kind of thing.
Sure, they are.
Well, not yours. Nobody wants John's kids. He really is a shit. In '87, he founded McAfee Associates, which is the computer antivirus company. He quit Lockheed shortly after that to work full time at McAfee Associates because they just started they couldn't keep up with the demand.
Right. Is anybody else in the antivirus game at this point when he launches?
Basically no.
Right.
Maybe smaller outfits, but like by 1993, he had 67% of the antivirus market.
Wow.
Had it cornered.
Yeah.
They're printing money. And it was all his close people that he started this company with. I don't think they ever had more than 20 employees during this time, and they were all friends. And I got the vibe that it was kind of like a weird nerdy Wolf of Wall Street type of vibe there. They would have he said they were witches that work there, people who are Wiccans, and they would do weird meditation stuff, ceremonies in the office. They had to have a guy come every couple of days to clean the desks because they would have sex contests.
Ew, fuck off.
A contest?
Yeah.
What, with these middle school Wiccans?
Yeah, kind of like, the banquet of chestnuts. Who's nutting the most on the keyboard?
Limp Wiccan.
Jesus Christ, dude, that's insane.
Let's play Limp Diskette.
Let's play floppy disk.
Let's play floppy disk.
Okay, so you're serious. There was actually a guy coming to clean up the nut.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
You pay extra for that. But
I think he works at the Teak now.
This is 93, you say?
Yeah.
So this is way before, because my whole concept of virus is random USB on the ground or the internet. In 93, I don't even have any concept of connecting to the internet.
Yeah.
No, but there's
businesses.
Right,
Businesses were
yeah,
networked.
Okay.
Yeah.
And people said the people who would work there said it had kind of had this cult-like atmosphere because John was. I mean, he is brilliant without a doubt, and he's articulate, and I think he's got he can vibe people really well, and he knows how to tell people what they want to hear, and people really wanted to be on his good side working for him. They'd sleep in the office for 3 days at a time to get everything done.
Really?
Because they wanted to. I think they enjoyed working there, and they enjoyed the purpose and the money, but they also wanted to please John.
Interesting.
And the sex stuff too.
Well, and everyone's nutting. Why would you want to go home?
Yeah, there's not much need to. You let that douchebag come in and clean up. Get in here, you pig.
The company was incorporated in Delaware in 1992, and he was just making so much money, and he resigned from the company in 94. And then they went public, and he sold his shares. He was kind of forced out a little bit, I think, because of his ego and
really
kind of being,
eccentric.
Yeah.
Sure. That'll happen.
So he was forced out, but he made a fucking fortune. In 2000, he retired with his millions, some $100 million.
2000.
Yeah.
Now, is he even a consultant still or anything?
He's not even a part of the company.
100% out.
Yeah, he had gone and done some other ventures here and there, but he retired proper in 2000, I guess. And he bought 280 acres in Colorado and opened a meditation center.
Wow.
Built this giant compound, and it's got super into yoga and meditation.
Yeah.
So I guess part of it was free for people, and he wrote 5 books on yoga during this time.
Jesus.
He was super into it. Like I said, he was worth about $100 million, and he still got some devotees from this yoga thing. In this documentary, it's called Gringo. Gringo. And there's people who used to go to this retreat center who were just he was enlightened. He really got it. He was just a great man. And then there's some other people who are yeah, he's a fucking freak. What do you just some people drink that Kool-Aid more than others.
Right.
But he's a lifelong yogi.
Yeah.
Been doing
Now, are people living there too, or what?
Yeah, and so he eventually shut it down because he felt that people were taking advantage of his good nature because it was free for a lot of people.
Sure. Well, you got $100 million. Try it out.
Right, and that leads to the next point. In the crash of 2007, he lost $90 million.
Oh, Mr. McAfee. Whoops.
Yeah, he lost $90 million. And he did interviews with people, and he seemed to have taken it pretty well. And he kind of used his kind of like, yogic enlightenment attitude. And he said, listen, I learned a lot from this, that there's things you need and things you want, and there's a big difference, and $10 million is still a lot of money. So
Sure, yeah. And I mean, also, you can't be like you can't be running around with your head in your hands if you're a chilled out yogi.
It was on my fucking mind.
I fucked up.
Low disposition.
So now that he's destitute with a meager $10 million, he moves to Belize in 2008 to San Pedro, which from La Isla Bonita, San Pedro, the Madonna song. That's where it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that why he moved there?
Yeah, he was trying to fuck Madonna. So he moves there, and the dollar goes a long way there, and there's pristine beach. He touted like, listen, nowhere else in the States can I get beachfront property and build a giant house on it. Like this is incredible. He also loved like the very lax business regulation there because he wanted to kind of do a lot of shit.
Now, what's he getting into now, business-wise?
Right. So he donates money to the local government.
Good move. Or bribe. Sorry.
Right.
Excuse me.
Spoiler alert. So he donates all this money to the local government. He donates equipment, tasers, and he buys $1 million speedboat to the Coast Guard after he gets residency. He gets established himself as a permanent resident. And so he decides he wants to start a lab.
Huh.
He wants to start a lab because he wants to research a number of things.
Various
pharmaceuticals, botanical antibiotics, cures, elixirs.
Do it down with facing dogs so I can put this dose of acid up your ass. Yeah, bitch.
First, you got to get your finger all covered with salivers.
Do it down with facing dogs so you can get butt fucked like I did by the stock crash. Okay, all right. So hold one second here.
No.
What $1 million speedboat?
Yeah.
Is a thing you can buy. Is it gold?
No, dude.
It's full of gold.
It's a speedboat.
A speedboat is $1 million? Dude,
if it's fucking fast and it's Coast Guard worthy.
How fast is this fucking thing?
Dude, boats are expensive.
That's wild. So he buys that for the police, like the Coast Guard?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it kind of like makes wave.
Hey.
Yeah. The boat makes waves.
Yeah.
The donation of this boat kind of perks people's ears up around there. Like, why do you, I know you want to make a good impression, but you got your residency really quick, and why don't you donate money to a library or something, right? Sure. So it seems like he's greasing the local government.
Yeah.
That's basically what he's doing.
So they leave him alone, I guess?
I think it's kind of like preemptive hush money or preemptive, hey,
right.
You know who I am.
Sure. He can't be a bad guy. He gave us $1 million speedboat.
He gave and a tasers.
And all these tasers. He can't be a bad guy.
Yeah.
So he starts a lab in the jungle.
Yes, you do.
And he has his reporters come down because he's a media manipulator, right? So he has the reporters come down like, oh yeah, we're gonna build a whole thing here. It's gonna be great. We're gonna hopefully there's so many untapped resources of the wildlife. Right.
If there's anything I learned from cult stuff, it always goes well when they move to another country.
In the jungle.
In the jungle.
Fucking monkeys pissing everywhere.
So he starts a lab in the jungle, and he hires a Harvard microbiologist, Allison Adonisio, young, post-grad, genius lady. And he offers her this dream job, right? Like, you have basically a blank check to do all the research you want to do. If there's no regulations here, I'll fully fund you, but you got to live with me.
No.
Yes.
Miss Adizio?
Yeah, poor Miss Adizio.
She's gotta move, shack up with McAfee?
She's got a shack up in McAfee in his beachfront,
the
spot.
Mac Shack.
Watch out for a Mac attack.
Watch out for monkey piss.
Watch out for that McAfee virus. Yikes. So now it's right, 2010. The lab's been built. She's been there for a minute doing research. Not a lot has been accomplished yet. But he's very hands-on, and he has more reporters and media come down to check out the lab, and they haven't really, like I said, discovered anything. So he stages a bunch of stuff. So he just has her put dyes in beakers and swirl them around for pictures. And
He's got one of those spring snakes coming out and shit.
It looks like an ordinary can of mixed nuts, but
And if I add yellow, it's orange.
ooh.
Now, don't let me spoil anything, but is the lady cool at the Miss Adizio? Is she okay?
She's cool, but she's not.
She's not thrilled about having to live in the Mac Shack.
Right.
Okay.
Right. But she was, she's young, she's ambitious.
Right. Is he chasing her around? And we don't know.
Not yet.
Okay. All right.
But when you are that guy and she's that lady,
right,
and you're offering X, you're probably expecting Y and Z.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
For those of you that don't understand algebra and variables, when you offer money, you expect sex.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, yeah.
When you're him.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah, you give everybody money.
And I get nothing in return. So that kind of raises some red flags in Miss Adonisio's mind a little bit even more. Okay, we got nothing here, but he's still calling more. What is this? And things get even a little more weird for her when he starts hiring a lot more armed guards. He starts really playing up his image as a badass. He's buying a bunch of guns, hiring armed guards, off-duty police, boasted about knowing hitmen. And she's clarifying, so you mean your security detail? And it's nah, hitmen. I know hitmen. I know the baddest people on this island, scary people. People don't want to mess with me.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought when you mentioned the speedboat and stuff. It's he was just appealing really to the strong men.
Right.
With his money. It was, you know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, Belize is the murder capital of the world.
Jesus.
And not so much that it's riddled with crime, but only 3% of murders go solved there. They just don't have the infrastructure to solve them all.
Yeah.
And there is a wealth disparity there, a lot of tourism. And so when you have this rich white dude come there, build a beachfront property, it attracts. So to be fair to him, aside from his paranoia,
he needs protection.
He needs protection. Because somebody, there's very lax gun regulation. People have fucking machine guns and shit. They could just roll up and jack them.
And does this lab have a mission? Has he stated what their
I think
goal
to
is?
fuck Harvard postgraduates, I think is that's what it is. He said he wanted to look for new and novel antibiotics, probably because he's raw dogging all the time, and medication, drug. You've got a bunch of money.
Is he raw dogging all the time?
I mean,
this is a guess.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Okay, cool.
You're the antivirus guy.
True, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Thank you. So more, so again, he's playing up this role about being a badass, saying, I know everything that goes on in the country Belize. I know very bad people. You don't mess with me. And so his paranoia is taking a little bit over, and he's kind of holding himself. He's kind of making it a compound. And so she gets, Miss Adonisio is starting to get really uncomfortable. And it's been a while. Nothing has really been discovered.
It's kind of just the two of them.
Yeah, and she's kind of seeing the writing on the wall here.
Yeah.
She at this point she's moved into her own shack on the beach. She's got her own little. When I say shack, I mean a nice one.
Right. Yeah.
And so she's like, "Listen, I'm kind of tapping out here. I'm kind of uncomfortable. I miss my family, etc. I want to go home."
Yeah.
And she's crying, and then she's like, I got a headache, and he's like, oh, well,
I got a headache.
Well, let me get you. He goes in the kitchen, comes back with some orange juice and some pills.
Uh-oh.
Which Always. So he kindly brought her some pills and a glass of juice, and then she wakes up with him standing over her naked.
No!
She doesn't remember taking off her clothes.
No.
She wakes up dazed. She fucking books it back to her shack, takes, soakwood shower for like 3 hours, and kind of calmly puts herself together, and then goes back the next day and kind of just, as if nothing had happened, went and said, listen, I want you to buy me out. I want out of this partnership. I want you to buy me out and let me go home. And he freaks the fuck out. He's yelling and shouting and basically like pushes her out of the door, but also like just being a fucking maniac who may or may not be all chopped up on various experimental jungle drugs. So she immediately, she runs over to the lab, destroys all their samples and all that, and like records and stuff. And she runs back to her shack, and she fucking like buys a plane ticket home and like fires off an email to her dad saying like, I need to get the fuck out of here. She presses send, the power goes out.
Before or after?
As she right as she sent it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, power. He'd cut the power off to the whole compound, cut off the internet.
Jesus.
And now he's like all out paranoid. She makes her way home. She makes her way home. She gets home. But now McAfee's even more paranoid, hiring more like bodyguards and hitmen. What he would do is like find the most badass people, gangsters, and just be like, I'll pay you to be mine. You be my gangster.
Yeah.
Right. He would hire people just to rough up people that he deemed a threat.
Jesus.
Yeah, really like strong arm mob tactics, right?
Yeah.
And apparently he. So there was this guy who was like a threat to him. I think it was somebody that like maybe tried to rob him or something, or he thought the guy was trying to rob him. I don't know the exact
Jesus
details,
Christ.
So he has his guys, his thugs, go pick the guy up and rough him up. And then John's like, bring him to me. I want to talk to him.
Ooh.
And they were like, I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, you're paying us to insulate you from this. And
yeah, of course. Yeah.
He's like, but being an egomaniac like that, you want to do that, right? So
every Bond villain,
right? So John pulls up in his white truck, and they throw this guy in the truck, and John just drives away with the guy.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and then he comes back, and the guy's like been tased in his cock and balls and stuff, and he's been like possibly stabbed. And he just dumps him out on the road.
Wow.
And drives away. And the guy goes to the hospital. He's in a coma. It makes the news, and then that guy dies.
Wow, he killed a guy.
And he never said anything about McAfee. Like, I think McAfee like scared the fucking shit out of him, enough to not talk.
Wow.
And
your balls are getting tased.
And the coma. Can't really talk through a coma.
That's a very good point.
And also the coma.
There was this guy Eddie McCoy, kind of this local thug in the area, and he's got he's gang affiliated, and his nickname was Mac 10.
Remember Mac 10?
Hell yeah, Mac 10.
So good.
He at one point had plans to like fuck with McAfee because the rich guy on the island, and this guy's got fucking AKs and shit.
Yeah.
And he had eyes on fucking him up or killing him, and McAfee called him one day. It was like, I want to meet with you. And the guy was like, I'll come to your house right now, homie, And he was like, no, you're not going to come to my house, but we'll meet in this area, and I just want to talk. And McAfee's like, listen, I'll just be mine. I'll pay you. You're my thug. You kill people that I want you to kill, pretty much, right? Or
what does he want? Who does he want to kill? He doesn't know anybody.
I think he's paranoid.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, fuck. He's not making anything. He's just spending money on people to protect him from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's drug paranoia, right? Like, and it's that self-fulfilling prophecy of like, people want to get me for my money, so I'm gonna hire bad people, and now bad things happen.
Right. Yeah.
And then come the chicks. The chicks. Yeah, so he's there alone. His Harvard biologist is she booked it home after being drugged and all full of juice. Mm-hmm. So he's lonely. So he he's kind of he's checking the boxes on super villain mob boss manifesto type of shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, I got all my gangster thugs and I've got my island compound. Now I need my harem.
Yeah.
Right? So he has like he's got like a fixer or like a caretaker, and he has him take him around to all these like derelict bars around the coast, and he just starts like, oh, you got a lot of pretty girls here, and so he starts paying girls to like hang out with him and be his girlfriend. And he all this time he's still doing interviews with like mainstream or at least English speaking media. He's like, yeah, I have a lot of girlfriends. Some of them are teenagers. They're all, of course, above the age of consent. And if you don't like that, that's okay. But I do. He's creepily calm and cogent and everything. Like coherent and. So I guess bath salts are pretty dope, I guess.
They make you eloquent.
So I mean, some of his girlfriend, like one of his girlfriends, even called him he's the Belize Donald Trump.
Wow,
not really a compliment, but
no, not. It's not. But so he starts paying like $900 a day to these girls.
Dude, I mean, like, this guy's gonna run out of money.
yeah, where is he still making money, or is he just?
I think he's probably got some passive income.
Oh, okay.
Like, he
debt.
lost a lot of money in the crash, but presumably once it's stabilized, you're still going to be making some sort of dividends or living off interest. $10 million, and you're in Belize where it's so cheap.
Right.
And so he's got this guy who would drive him around town and basically had introduced him to something like 35, 50 girls when it was all said and done who were part of his like girlfriend harem, and they all said that he treated her the best.
Wow.
It was really weird in some of these interviews with the girls.
No shit.
Yeah, they were all like, yeah, he treated me the best.
You're kidding. That's so
they all had like
weird.
really good things the girls especially had good things to say about him. Like he always said the right thing. He made us all feel really loved and told us we were all beautiful. And
why did he have to rape this other woman?
Well, because she wouldn't have sex with him.
Jesus Christ.
$900 wasn't cutting it for the heart. I got student loans, dude. $900. And then more interviews with these girlfriends.
Who's doing?
So the documentarian.
Oh, okay, it's the documentary. Okay, my bad.
A lot of this is from the documentary.
Sure.
Her name's Nanette Bernstein. She's a documentarian. She also did The Kid Stays in the Picture, which is like one of the first like big documentaries I saw on Netflix. At least it's a really good one.
Yeah.
What's that about?
It's Robert Evans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really a lot of drugs in that one too. So anyways, she's interviewing all these, the former girlfriends, and they all said, all of them, that he had a hammock that he cut a hole in.
Oh, no.
And that he had them all sit on the hammock and shit in his mouth.
No! Hey,
he was into scat sex. Like, we would poop into his mouth through the hammock.
And there was how many of these girls?
So I mean, in the documentary,
rough estimate,
anywhere from 5 to 50.
It's a hell of a week.
It's a lot of shit.
Yeah. 5 to 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how many were like on scat sex intimacy terms
level. Yeah,
but a number.
Yeah.
Man.
That's a Patreon level.
Hey guys, also if you our 5th level of Patreon after the Freak of the Teak shirt, get a personalized scat hammock.
Yeah.
And apparently never had regular sex with some of them.
Huh.
Like never had oral, anal, vaginal sex, just good old
when you got
fashioned.
belly full of turds, you want to start humping?
I'm ready to pass out. Oh, I got a stomach ache. I think I ate too much. I mean, let's set this straight for the viewers across the world.
Right.
Piss is awesome.
You're right.
Shit is gross.
Yeah.
Dude, get real.
We'd be thirsty for beer piss, but not hungry for shit food.
Nope, not on this show.
Not as long as I'm alive. We are never going to be about eating shit on this show.
Standards.
Aaron's really conservative.
Aaron, you have a really puritanical attitude towards sex.
You prude.
Shit. Juice me up with some bath salts and some orange juice. You see what maybe.
Hey, with a clean finger.
I might try it out.
Yeah.
God, so
what a fucking lunatic.
yeah, he's just, and he looks like a guy who likes to eat shit. He's got like a sunburn with a lot of freckles, like he's got a lot of sun.
Yeah,
frosted tips.
Some of my girlfriends are teenagers, and you might not approve of that. Sometimes I eat their shit, and you might not like that either. But I don't care. I made him kind of Obama sounding.
Yeah,
pretty close.
I bought a speedboat.
It's gold.
So he, further bolstering of his private security detail, hiring off-duty cops.
Oh my god.
And then rumors start to circulate that he's stockpiling weapons, making narcotics in his lab and stuff. So I think this is in about 2010 or 11, 42 special ops units, or a unit of special ops guys, some 42 strong, came and they raided his compound, like armed to the gills, flak jackets, the whole nine. They raid his compound, and they find some bricks of something.
They don't know what it is.
They don't know what it is.
It's too advanced.
Right.
He's into too spacey drugs for them to understand.
Right. It's not coke or heroin or meth.
It's something.
It's something.
Yeah.
So that's the MDVP stuff that it's possible that it
Right,
was.
it goes in your ass.
Right. First, you lick your finger.
Mm-hmm. Right, you lick your finger.
And then you dip it like a fun dip.
Ooh.
And then instead of going straight back into the M, it goes into the A.
It goes into the A.
Yeah.
And then... I eat shit after.
Right, it's the old, it's a reverse. It's the old mouth to ass. And then you eat shit, of course.
Right.
Interesting side effect of bath salts. It goes great with shit. This shit's great. It could use some bath salt. Shit tastes like shit. Sprinkle some salt.
That guy in Florida on bath salts was trying to eat someone's face. He could
Right,
just eat shit
they found
the
that
whole
guy was not.
He was not on bath salts.
on bath salts.
It's just a long day.
No, but he did have. I think he did have drug psychosis.
I think he was just a homeschooled Christian kid.
No, I think it was something cocaine based.
Oh.
Nice.
But when you have a drug psych,
You can have drug-induced psychosis from a number of compounds.
sure, yeah. So I mean, it'll make you do crazy shit.
You
So
can have trauma psychosis. You can have all sorts of psychosis.
Yeah.
Shit-eating psychosis. So he's arrested, and basically, because they don't have the infrastructure, the technology, or the money, willpower, or manpower to test the compounds, all they really got him for was one unlicensed firearm.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of a technicality, and he thinks it was kind of a frame-up job because he wasn't like donating as much money anymore and stuff like that. But it's not a good look, right? The optics of that are pretty bad. Rich gringo dude has teenage girlfriends, a lab, beachfront property, and you've got fucking a Scarface amount of armed guards around. It's in a country of poor people.
But I thought maybe the hiring of off-duty cops would kind of insulate him a little bit more.
I think that's what he was thinking. But
it probably drew their attention.
Right.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I got you. That's my boat.
Yeah.
You're raiding me with my boat.
Yeah, they're both just doing donuts.
Yeah. So he's got, anyways, there's armed thugs all over the beach. He's got fucking like mean dogs off leash running around on the beach and stuff.
Ugh.
And so he's got a neighbor, another expat guy, Greg Fall, who I came here to Belize to like kind of semi-retire, build the houses and just kind of like live an easy life. And I got this fucking rich maniac next door with, broads running around, dogs barking, guys with machine guns. Like, this is not what I came here for. And like, I like to walk down to the bar, the beachfront bar. And every time I have to do that, I gotta like dodge these dogs who are trying to attack me and these criminals with guns. So he goes over to McAfee, knocks on the door, is like, hey Greg, hey John, like, can you do something about the dogs? Like, it's it's harshing my island vibe, dude.
Yeah, they're mean
Coastal
dogs.
vibe, you know,
Yeah.
Central American Republic vibe.
Yeah, salt life.
Right. Hell yeah, salt life. And McAfee was like, he racks a shotgun and is like, get off my property.
Fuck out of here, pig! I'll eat your face
Yeah.
and your shit.
They're not in that order.
Wait.
I'm gonna make you watch me eat your shit, and then I'm gonna eat your face.
Yeah. Give him an enema, then put him in a straitjacket.
And then I'm gonna shit out my shit, which was originally made of your face.
Yeah. I'm gonna eat your shit, wipe your ass for you, cause manners, and then I'm gonna do drugs in my ass.
Shit out your face. Wash it down with a tall, cool glass of frothy piss.
Now we're talking. Those are those island vibes I like.
Salt
Ooh,
mine.
tropical.
So, Greg Fall, the neighbor, who politely, so we've been told, asked John to handle the dogs. Dogs. He's he's pissed. He's frustrated. People say that he was like, man, I'm gonna poison those dogs. Word on the street, he said that. The next day,
Dead dogs.
McAfee's dogs are like they're getting all fucked up. They're all fucked up. They're disoriented. They're sick. They're throwing up. They're shitting. They're foaming up. They're poisoned. Dogs are poisoned. And with tears in his bloodshot eyes, McAfee shot his dogs with a shotgun to put them out of their misery. And
My God, can you imagine this scene?
yeah,
This guy with the shotgun. Greg, was this you?
yes,
Just walking along the beach. Just
Good God.
kills his own dogs because they're poisoned. McAfee's caretaker, Cassian Shavadia, claims that McAfee ordered him to wire $5,000 to our good friend Mac 10
Uh-oh.
with instruction to kill Greg.
No!
Because McAfee thought Greg killed the dogs.
Jesus.
A couple days later, Belize police found the body of Greg Fall with a gunshot wound to the back of the head and taser marks all over his body,
oh, those tasers.
presumably his genitals as well.
Yeah.
The coroner said his bowels were completely empty and looked clean. Who could this be? McAfee is labeled a person of interest in the murder, and it hits the U.S. mainstream media. He goes on the run, but being the media he is, he does like phone interviews with news outlets. He goes on Joe Rogan's podcast, like on a satellite phone.
He went on Joe Rogan?
Oh yeah.
Did he called into the deprivation tank?
Yeah, he's got it patched him in. So he's still in Belize, but he's on the run. He leaves San Pedro. He leaves Orange Walk, and he's like hiding out and shit. And CNN,
No warrant, though. He's a person of interest.
yeah, suspect person. I read person of interest, but you're on the run. You're a suspect. But and then he, during all these like interviews, he's saying like, listen, I'm not playing ball with the government anymore, and now they want to like extort me, and I don't want to get arrested by them because this is a country where if you get arrested, you choke on your own vomit, or you hang yourself in your cell, or you die mysteriously. Right. So it rings like it's possibly true, but he's also a paranoid dude, but he is also rich, and so there's a lot of factors at play here.
Sure.
So he's not totally wrong that those things happen when you're a target of the governments in those kinds of republics. So CNN sends a reporter down to Belize to like interview him, and they make all these like switchbacks and left turns, and like they're following like fucked up directions to meet him. And they go in this kind of like shitty part of town in this like rundown, dilapidated hotel. And the reporter's like, as I walked into the hotel, and I walked past I walked past John McAfee in a disguise. John McAfee like powdered his hair and put on a hat and glasses and gimped up his arm. Like, made him have like a little gimpy arm.
Wow.
And a cane. And he was like, I knew that John was the type of guy that like I just had to ignore him. and make him feel like the disguise worked. And so I went up in the hotel room. John shows up in the disguise and goes, it's me. Did it work? And he's like, yeah, John, you had me.
Yeah.
You scoundrel. Wow.
Yeah.
So then he gives this interview, and he's like, why would I kill my neighbor's dogs? I barely knew the guy. Or why would I kill my neighbor, even if I barely knew the guy? So, but he's really fidgety in the interview and stuff, but he is, lucid.
Yeah.
And coherent. But he gives this interview, and he said that he hid from the cops who were searching his house by burying himself in the sand with a cardboard box to cover his head. Can't find me, I'm a bush. He painted a tunnel on a wall at the end of the road. So then he has his caretaker sneak him out of the country into Guatemala. And as soon as they leave Belize, his guy is then he became John again. He was a timid dude when he was using me to get out of the country, but once he got out of the country and into Guatemala, he took the reins, and he was big fucking John McAfee again because he didn't.
Yeah, Hope, what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
the caretaker.
You can't leave.
Yeah, you can't leave me, Hope.
So, I am the one who is the caretaker now.
Take care of me.
So then he meets with Vice Magazine.
Oh, boy.
And Vice Magazine, the article's still up. It says, we're fucking in Guatemala with McAfee, bitches. Now what?
We're all high.
I think, I'll post a screenshot of it. It's some ridiculous fucking headline. And they take a picture with John for the website.
Oh.
With an iPhone. With GPS info on it.
Trouble. Yeah,
Info's recorded.
Those guys are really, they're the best journalists, aren't they?
Well, and McAfee, the tech guy, lets him take a fucking photo with a cell phone that has GPS on it and let them post it. So Guatemalan authorities are like, yeah, dude, you're here illegally. You didn't get your paper stamp. You can't be. So he seeks asylum.
Yeah.
But they want to deport him back to Belize where he's a resident. So he gets arrested. He hires a lawyer. He gets thrown in jail. They want to deport him that day.
Wow.
They can't file an appeal until 3 o'clock that afternoon. He fakes a heart attack in jail.
Ooh, smart.
Gets sent to the hospital. As soon as 3 o'clock hits, he magically feels better. Sent back to the jail. They can't address his appeal for 15 years. So they deport him to the USA.
Wow.
Which was his plan all along.
Wow.
He says.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But
sure.
Yeah, you kind of. This is a lot like McLaren, right? How much is it? Is you're good flying by the seat of your pants? How much is it? Is a master plan?
How much is the plan? Yeah.
Either way, it worked. So he gets deported to the United States, where he's not under investigation for anything.
Yeah.
So. In interviews with the media, is listen, I did what I had to do to keep you guys paying attention to me because you're talking to me now. And what's a better story than Millionaire Madman on the Run? I'm on camera right now, right?
Oh, God. Wow.
I can play the villain, I can play the hero, I can play the fool, I can play a little bit of both. Either way, I'm in the news. Yeah. I'm still relevant.
Yeah, I can help you with your computer.
Yeah,
I can clean up those turds in the bathroom.
Where'd they go? Burp. He says that he stopped using McAfee antivirus because it was too annoying.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So now he's back in the States as a free man. He's obsessed with keeping the media interested in him. The Belize police asked the FBI for help in the Greg Fall murder, but nothing really ever comes of that. Some great emails between him and the documentarian.
Yeah.
Nanette, you are the Satan, the media archetype. You are my final battle, which come hell or high water, I will not lose. Everything within me, every focus, everything, though every action will be, every thought, every action will be focused on you. It will be my last stand, John McAfee.
Why is he threatening her?
Because she's probing him through this whole thing, trying to get interviews, questioning him about the murder of his neighbor, and he's responding don't ever talk to me again, but then sends an email a couple minutes later. He doesn't want, it's it's that weird narcissist behavior, right?
Yeah.
Stop talking to me, but still I want your attention type of thing.
Yeah.
He runs for the candidacy of the Libertarian Party for president.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And you know, he was in the debates like on fucking Fox News, like for the Libertarian Party next to Gary Johnson.
No shit.
Yeah, like he re-legitimized himself. You know, he was a talking head on all these fucking news networks for a number of all the cybersecurity stuff, the Edward Snowden stuff.
Yeah. It's like, I think you should be able to, as a libertarian, kill your neighbor or eat his turds or try it out.
He loses the candidacy to Gary Johnson.
No, fuck.
And Gary Johnson is now president of the United States.
No kidding.
He becomes CEO of a cybersecurity firm, MGT, who, upon the news of hiring him, their stock went up 700%.
Jesus.
He's a frequent guest on cable news as a quote-unquote cybersecurity expert, right? So, like I said, he re-legitimized himself in the eyes of the public. You want some more email stuff?
Do I want more email stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To Nanette, he says, I'm praying that you do use these email snippets of, what would you call it? Information? Disinformation? Who knows? In your, quote, documentary smiley emoticon.
You put documentary in quotes? What a piece of shit.
I am merely
documentary.
I am merely doing what I always do, which is fuck with the media as much as I can. You are my magnum opus, John McAfee.
God, what a psycho!
I know. In 2016, he says he can unlock the San Bernardino shooter's iPhone for the Fed. The Feds can't do it. He said, I can do it. Believe me, I can eat shit out of a hell in a hammock. He also later that year, he claims to have found a flaw in the Android phone operating system that allowed him to read WhatsApp messages. Gizmodo investigated and found that he had sent reporters malware-infected phones. And he said, of course the phones had malware. I put it there. The question is, how does it accept malware?
I figured out a flaw. Use this phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck is he talking about? I don't even understand what he's doing.
Staying relevant.
Just being a weirdo, just like annoying people and doing shit.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, he does have a point. Like, how did your phone? How did I get the malware on there?
Sure.
The holding company that he was a head of refocused their efforts on to cryptocurrency. And he predicted that Bitcoin would hit $500,000 per coin in 3 years. And he said, if not, I will eat my own dick on national television.
Damn. How old is this fucker
67.
now?
67.
Oh my God. He's talking about eating his own dick?
Hell yeah. Well,
he's probably all psyched about it.
That's not the worst thing he's eaten.
No, yeah. He probably would love it. I'm going to eat my own filthy dick.
I should have eaten dick years ago.
Yeah.
August 2017, he steps down as CEO from MGT and becomes chief cybersecurity visionary.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He says the split was amicable, but the company says investors pressured them to distance themselves from McAfee.
Yeah, he's probably a murderer.
And
I mean,
his breath
he is a
smells like
murderer.
shit.
Yeah. And his breath does smell like shit. God damn it. That's good stuff, Aaron.
That's John McAfee.
That's a
for you.
good fucking yarn, buddy.
Thanks, bud.
That's a real good yarn.
He's so quite eccentric.
Very.
And maybe he's...
And he's still alive.
He's still alive. He lives in the States. He's on fucking TV all the time.
Oh, shit. So we kind of put a target. I got an Android. Shit.
Shit.
Smells like shit.
Well, like, the thing is, like, whether... Let's say he is a puppet master, right?
Yeah.
And he's not really the crazy eccentric person that you think he is, but that in and of itself is eccentric. Mm-hmm. If you're eccentric enough to make people think you're that crazy, that's crazy.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, if I think you're a double murderer rapist, it's not good.
I think, yeah, that's
just real
I think
stuff.
I think that wasn't puppet master stuff. I think that was
You think that was just him?
Yeah.
being a psycho?
I mean, the guy's dead. He was killed.
Yeah,
there was an investigation, and the interviews with Mac 10 just like being really coy about stuff.
Yeah, being really McCoy about stuff.
Huh. The real McCoy?
Yeah, he's being the real McCoy.
Yeah, so that's that crazy motherfucker, John. I'll eat my own dick. It's hot.
What a thing to say after 65. And if it doesn't, I'll eat my own dick. So by when?
3 years. So by probably 2019.
By 2019, if it doesn't hit 500 grand, he'll eat his own dick.
Yeah, just paint it brown and make it look like a turd. He'll scarf it right up.
Well, then
Yeah.
he's in trouble then, right?
Oh yeah, I mean Bitcoin's down below 8,000 again. I think so.
All right,
it's not at
folks.
500,000. That's for sure.
We should do a countdown.
Wow.
Yes, let's put up a countdown on our Patreon page. A ticker.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
When does John
Countdown
eat
till
his
John
dick?
McAfee eats his own dick.
Yeah. We gotta get a picture of his dick.
We don't have to.
We'll just hack into his WhatsApp messages.
I know. Jesus. He never let me see his dick, but he ate a lot of my shit.
He powdered his pubes and put glasses on his dick.
Aha!
One of his
You
ball-
never knew it was me, John McAfee.
One of his balls is gimpy.
You never recognized my dick.
He put those like funny shades on him.
Maybe we put those googly eyes on him. I'm very fascinated by the tech bros and all that, because there's always an assumption with new technology, and it does things that we've never done before, and it makes our lives easier in so many ways. And so I think we have an ingrained assumption that it's good.
Right.
And I think about this story that the actors from Silicon Valley were telling, how before this last season they did tours of all these tech places, and all these tech guys would be like, you guys see this technology, it does this, it follows people here, it farms this, it gets this, and they're all like, well, wait, isn't that really invasive? Why would you do that? And all the tech guys are like, oh, we've never asked that question before.
Right.
We're just like, we can do everything,
Yeah.
so we will,
Right.
and we'll never ask what happens when
Right.
it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They never ask the why or should,
Yeah.
but it's usually a
Yeah.
can we and how can we,
Right.
not a should we.
Yeah. And I mean, I think also it's just, all of those abilities are coming so fast.
Faster than we can adapt morally, ethically. I mean,
Right.
a guy just got convicted of murder from DNA evidence
Right.
that he submitted to a genealogy website.
Yeah.
Or I think his family did.
Yeah,
Not even the Golden State Killer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm fucked. I spit into one of those test tubes.
I've got so many kids out there.
Yeah. I'm good. You see, I never spill a drop of piss.
Nope.
No, yeah, I can't wait to see what happens with this guy going forward. I mean, I don't think we've ever really had a profile except for Matthew Weigman, where there was.
Well, Weigman's getting out of jail too, right?
Whoa.
Yeah, we got to follow up on.
Oh, boy.
Shout out to first episode. He must be getting out next year?
I think it might be. I think it's this year.
And he's going to be 27, 28? Like,
Yeah.
he's still young?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to do. We should get him on the phone.
We should get. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe we should start.
I mean, he'll love that.
Stop profiling technically proficient people that could attack us.
Yeah, wouldn't it be funny to have like? Because if you go back, folks, if you go back and listen to the first episode, Matthew Weigman, which was the blind teenage phone hacker,
Yeah.
He could mimic anybody.
I know we could get him on the phone. He can mimic all of us.
Yeah, he
That'd
could
be
do, he could do
amazing.
the show.
Oh, wow.
Could do the show, yeah.
Or we could have him pretend to be other people. We could have celebrity guests.
Yeah, we could be dressed in wigs and stuff.
We should have him
not really doing the show.
Gimping it up.
Gimping it up.
We
while
should-
Matthew Weigman.
We
does
should
the
have
show.
Matthew Weigman call John McAfee as John McAfee from the future.
Yeah.
You're like, John, it's me from the future. You ate your own dick.
Yeah. And tons of shit.
He'd believe it.
Yeah, of course.
He'd try it out.
He would try it out. I think that's a really good idea. I think we really should try to get Matthew on the phone.
Yep.
Maybe not John.
Oh, well, also Prince of Porn is alive,
The Prince of Porn is alive.
and
You're
he's
right.
getting out too, or he's getting out.
He might be out.
Yeah.
He might be out.
We gotta do more people that are staying in.
Where they can't touch us.
Yeah. But yeah, Phil Prince we should do.
Yeah. Phil Prince, Matthew Weigman, John McAfee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Phil Prince. I like the idea of Phil Prince finding our podcast and being like, yeah, I was searching my name there on the internets, and they know all about my Haagen-Dazs experience. Shot a guy there.
I came up with my own flavor. It's John McAfee's dick.
I want to leave you This is a last word I really love.
Yeah.
I didn't get to do it in the last words episode, but this one is fucking ape shit, dude. Okay? Because it's Leonardo da Vinci.
Uh-huh.
Right?
You say it backwards?
Leonardo da Vinci. This fucking guy, man. I mean, this is fucking insane.
He's
This
a maniac.
fucking guy is. I mean, he was a very accomplished man.
What?
I would say. Right? I think we could all agree.
Yes.
These are his last.
The Renaissance man.
Yes, these are his last words, right? And keep in mind, there's all the things that we don't even know for sure, but we kind of think are attributed to him, like all the things like they might have done, you know, kind of secretly and stuff.
Hudson Hawk.
His last words are, "I have offended God and mankind because my work did not reach the quality it should have."
What an asshole.
Christ.
Isn't that totally apeshit insane? It's like the fucking Mona Lisa. She looks like shit.
I fucked that up.
Nah.
You should have seen what I wanted to do.
Meanwhile, McAfee's last words like, "Never ate my own dick."
I'm never gonna eat it. I'm never gonna eat my own dick. You can't make me. I'm a libertarian. Jesus Christ. Aaron, I love
That's
that.
great.
I love that.
Thanks, John. I loved it too.
We gotta run because we're going to do an Unpops show. We're going to do best bad movie ever.
Oh.
We're going to do stand-up, the three of us.
Stand-up comedy.
Stand-up comedy. We're going to do jokes. Try it out.
We're going to try it out.
We're going to try it
gonna
out.
Make people laugh
I mean, hopefully, I don't know.
at the Hollywood Hotel.
Yeah.
Well, if you're listening out there, McAfee or
Matthew.
Weigman,
Philip Prince.
Philip Prince, we love you.
We do love you.
I
mean, I don't really love the
We
murderer and
love
rapist,
you.
actually. That guy, I don't know.
Well,
Actually, they're all bad guys.
they're
What
all
am
kind
I
of bad
talking?
guys,
Yeah.
but
don't
we
love any of
love
those guys.
them
Well, I love...
because we are forgiving hosts.
Huh.
We are loving,
Yeah,
fair,
Okay.
and forgiving hosts.
I don't know.
Well,
about
only
the-
for those for Patreon subscribers.
Oh, you mean if McAfee started buying the show on Patreon?
$10 a month, we forgive your sins.
Yeah, you guys are my podcast now. Can I eat your turds?
Pay to pray.
Ooh, Mr. McAfee, I got one brewing.
Hurry up! I got a hot shit in the chamber. Your dinner's getting cold, John.
Jesus Christ. Aaron, that was great. Maybe most fecal episode ever?
And hopefully last.
Well, we'll see.
I don't know, yeah.
I think let's stick to what we're good at, which is piss.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Everybody, we'll be back next week with the chief of the Unpopular Opinion Network.
Ooh.
Mr. Adam Todd Brown will be doing a very special
AGB
profile for us.
himself.
Yes. It's going to be a good one.
Okay.
It's going to be a really, really good one. And yeah, we love you. My name's John Fahey. Thank you for listening to Profiles in Eccentricity.
My name is Aaron Pita. Thank you.
I'm Matt Brousseau. Thank you.
Good night, guys.